What's going on, everybody? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, car video, and today I want to talk about all the nonsense going on with so many of these Star Wars channels, these holier-than-thou Star Wars channels, and even people in the mainstream media. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, obviously, about a week ago, John Boyega came out and was very critical of Disney Star Wars, and that began a lot of channels and sites suddenly thinking it's okay to criticize Disney Star Wars. Suddenly, after John Boyega literally said what people like me have been saying for years, now suddenly it's not toxic anymore. You're not intimidated by non-white dudes anymore. You're not intimidated by this. You're not this, that, or the other. All of the buzzwords that they have invented about people like us. And now Daisy Ridley has come out and basically confirmed that there was no plan for the sequel trilogy for Rey. There was none. And we knew this. I've been talking about this for years. And now I'm seeing all of these Star Wars YouTube channels are now thinking, hey, it's okay to criticize Disney's sequel trilogy now. The same people, some have been riding the fence, others have been all pro Disney Star Wars. And again, I don't really care about individual opinions. I really don't. What I care about is the holier-than-thou attitude. The attitude of these channels calling people like me toxic, dismissing our criticisms of the Disney trilogy, consistently trying their best to stay in good with Lucasfilm. Oh, they wanted to just do anything they could to bend over backwards to get those Star Wars Celebration tickets or to get those movie premieres, to get in early with them, to get the early access. And some of these channels have millions of subs. Some of them have hundreds of thousands of subs. Some of them had reached out to me and wanted to talk to me. And anytime a big YouTuber reaches out to me, I do the same thing that I do every time. I say, hey, I bring a lot of heat. There's a lot of people that don't like what I have to say. They call me names. They branded me an ist or an ism. They will say all this stuff. And if you're connected to me, they're going to say the same things about you. So you need to be prepared before you talk to me. And some have said, yeah, I don't really want to get involved in that world. Just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate your stuff, whatever. Okay, fine. And others have said, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. And then only to then retroactively go, yeah, Lucasfilm's got their eyes on some things I'm working on, so I can't really be connected to Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers anymore, and then throw some subtle shade about toxic channels and hate clicks and all of that shit. And now, suddenly, after the Boyega video, and after the Boyega comments, and after the Daisy Ridley comments, suddenly now, it's okay to recognize that Disney and Lucasfilm didn't have a plan. It is absolutely ridiculous. These people are pathetic. They reached out to me. These channels reached out to me when I had like 20,000 subs. I was aware of these channels, and they contacted me, wanting to talk to me. And then, after I do what I always do and say, hey, I don't know if you want to be connected to me, yada, yada, yada. They still want to be connected to me until the heat starts to pick up. Because Lucasfilm does not like me. Why? Because I don't give a fuck about Lucasfilm. I don't give a fuck about Hollywood. I don't give a fuck about Disney. I don't give a fuck about any of these companies. I don't need their money. I don't need their access. I don't need their freebies. I don't fucking want it. And that goes for Nintendo. That goes for Microsoft. That goes for Sony. I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. I am going to tell you how I feel, and that's it. I'm not here to kiss any corporation's ass. I'm not. Simple as that. I don't give a fuck, and I never will. Because if I have to compromise my opinion, my honest opinion, to stay in your good graces, then you can go fuck yourselves. All of these companies, none of them are going to ever buy my opinion. That's not to say that I won't love some of them more than others, because you all know I'm a big Nintendo fan. But yes, I will criticize Nintendo. I will criticize Lucasfilm. I will criticize anybody if I feel that it's necessary. But so many of these channels are so caught up in trying to be in Lucasfilm's good graces that they could not have an opinion. They could not give their honest opinions because they were trying their best to stay in good with the mouse. They were trying their best to stay in good with the corporate structure. And that's fine. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is when you try to discredit other people, when you try to discredit other people's opinions, valid opinions. But of course, it was toxic then, but it's not toxic now. It was toxic to say that Rey is a terribly written character which had no arc and had no point to exist whatsoever. That was sexist just a few years ago, just a year ago, just 6 months ago. Now Daisy Ridley confirms it, and suddenly, I'm so upset. Disney lied to me. Unbelievable. Ridiculous. Absolute joke. And then we were also said it was called, what were we called? Toxic man babies that were intimidated by black people, when we said that John Boyega's character was an identity politics character. Remember that one? Yeah. What did John Boyega just confirm? That he was cast for his race, and that they literally did not give him any arc whatsoever because all they were worried about was his race, which is exactly what we said. We've been saying it for years. Suddenly now it's not toxic to say that. We said Disney didn't have a plan. We said Kathleen Kennedy didn't know what she was doing. We said Rian Johnson ruined the trilogy when he came in and he didn't pick up off of The Force Awakens. He did his own thing. And then we said JJ came in and screwed it up even worse. We said Colin Trevorrow got fired because he was the only one that cared about Star Wars. All of these things are true. They've been true. Nothing has changed. Daisy Ridley's comments and John Boyega's comments do not change anything. What it does is it makes a lot of these shill YouTubers and shill websites more comfortable now. They feel it's a lot safer. It's a lot safer to criticize now. That's ultimately what has changed from these YouTubers and these websites, is they feel more comfortable now. But they had no problem blanketly portraying anyone with criticisms of being ist or isms. Isn't it amazing how things have suddenly changed? So again, I've had a lot of people say, oh man, you must feel good, Jeremy. You and, everybody that was criticizing Star Wars, you were all right. We were always right. We were always going to be right. That was never a question. But for me to see all of these Star Wars channels now suddenly justifying these criticisms that we've been laying out there for years, for me to see all of this, it only aggravates me because these guys are pathetic. They are absolutely pathetic. It is embarrassing to watch them try to attempt like they actually care about Star Wars. If you cared about Star Wars, you would have stopped eating that shit up from Disney and Lucasfilm a long time ago. And I have said, I was not the first person to this dance. I was not. I loved The Force Awakens. I fully bought into that fool's gold. I carried that banner for 2 years. I went into The Last Jedi. I was trying to force myself to like it. The people that hate me hold it against me that I walked out of the Last Jedi praising it. The only reason they know I praised it is because why? Because I admitted that, because my channel was nothing, absolutely nothing. And then I finally red-pilled myself and I saw the light. If you couldn't see this shitstorm after The Last Jedi, then I don't know what to tell you. But it's okay if you come to that conclusion. There are people out there that have come to that conclusion later on. But those people were never dismissing the criticisms and the opinions of others as toxic or intimidated by women or all of this other bullshit. That is my problem. If you are finally waking up to the realization that Disney Star Wars is a pile of shit today, I don't really have a problem with that in isolation. But if you're someone that was dismissing others as sexist and racist and intimidated by non-white dudes and women, and now you think it's okay to now you think it's justifiable to criticize these movies, you can go fuck yourself. That is the point I am trying to make right now. It is ridiculous. It's laughable to watch these people spin themselves in a circle of bullshit and lies, but that's what happens when you chase the corporation justification. You wanted Mickey and Kathleen and Bobby to sit there and, you know, verify your existence by giving you some press passes, or, you know, giving you some early access to a video game, or getting you into, you know, D23 or Star Wars Celebration. And at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. It means nothing at all. If you want to go, put your money into it and go. That's what I do. I'll pay my money. But I'm not going to take handouts from Lucasfilm just so I can repeat their talking points. Absolutely not. I will not repeat those talking points at all. I will pay my money and I will go if it's something I'm interested in. If I take handouts, it'll be because they have came to me and I have told them point blank, I'm not bending over for anybody. So if you want to give me press passes, then good on you. If you don't, then that's fine. Same thing happened with Pensacon. I had a good relationship with Pensacon all those years, and then I had one opinion that they didn't like, so they ripped my press passes from me. It's that simple, because I didn't even have an opinion. I just didn't say that Vic Mignogna was guilty of all of these horrible things. And because I took a independent stance on such a hot topic, because ultimately I don't know a lot about anime, and I just looked at the facts of the situation, and I just said, I don't really know if this Vic Mignogna guy is guilty, because there's a lot of holes in these stories. It's kind of crazy that he's being accused of things when there's no actual facts to support it. And because I said that, Pensacon took my press passes. Fuck them. Okay, I don't give a shit. Fuck you, Pensacon. All these conventions can go fuck themselves. I could care less about your press passes. It doesn't mean anything to me. Absolutely not. And at the end of the day, it just takes me away from work anyway. So the point is, all of these channels now flipping over to the easy, trendy side of things are an embarrassment. It's a pathetic embarrassment. I remember all of these people. I remember what they say, and I remember how they dismissed people like me publicly, and now suddenly it's okay. It's okay to criticize Disney Star Wars now. Fuck that. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Solo lost money. Reylos are weird. The sequel trilogy was always a piece of shit, and we will talk to you later.